Hello everybody, my name is Shell and welcome back to Grovecraft. We're here on our beautiful beach and I actually do have a plan going in today's episode that I'm looking forward to starting some work on, because in a previous episode we started on building up the games district. And there are yet to be any games there so far. And so I want to work on making my game. But let's get on over. I have endstone. I don't know why. They were the only blocks in my inventory. And we're going to pick out a spot for our game to be. And we're just going to mark it out with some endstone. Now I'm just going to fire up and see if there's a spot that I think could work for it. It's a little tough because the terrain around here isn't the easiest. But to be honest, I kind of like the spot over here. It's sort of flat, so we're not going to have to do too much terraforming. But there's a decent bit of area that we can work with, which is good because I don't fully know how much space I'm going to need, but I know that I am going to need a decent little bit of area. And so I think something maybe this size, we might need to cut into the mountain a little bit. Like I say, I'm not fully certain on how big I want it, but we can maybe say, like, this wide. Would maybe even a little less wide. Although, actually, I don't know. Maybe that is good. And then we want to go back. Maybe not too far. I want to get lined up with this. Maybe to about here. Just trying to figure out. So, without giving away too much yet, we would have maybe our starting area coming across here. This would be where you'd like get set up and started for the game. Maybe we want a little bit more space for that. So we could go up to like here. Yeah, something like here for the main player space, and then we would want to make this a bit bigger. Like if I do here. All right, you know what? Yeah, I think those borders are looking nice. I think that is a nice little area set up for us. And I guess what we really want to do next is just start flattening some of this space here. So, just like that, we've gotten the area flattened down a little bit. And I also turned some of the stone that I got into stone bricks, because I think stone bricks are kind of going to be one of our main materials for this build. For now, we're just going to be building up the outside of it. But basically, my idea is that this is going to be a sort of archery-based game. And I want to go for kind of like a little bit of a medieval look for the outside of it. So I'm trying to kind of capture that medieval castle look. And it's going to be split up inside. There's going to be sort of like an inside area with a roof over it in this section. And that's going to look out into this section, which is going to be the outside area, which is where all the targets are going to be. So you're going to kind of stand within here, and you're going to fire out into that area where the targets are going to be. But yeah, we can just start on building up the outer walls of this castle. They're going to be going around here. Well, I guess I'm saying outer walls. These are probably going to be the inner part of the outer walls. So we're kind of going to have like maybe a little two or three block gap. And then there's going to be like another wall here. Just to give it some thickness. Realistically, I mean, doing all this outside bit doesn't matter. But I would kind of like to make this look nice from the outside. So yeah, I kind of want to just build like a little mini castle going around this whole thing. I'm just still sort of figuring out how that's going to look. But we need to figure out roughly how high I want this wall to go. So I'm trying to just build it across and then use FreeCam to get an idea. We're definitely going to want it to be higher than this, though. It might just be smart to just kind of do one of these corners, build that up, and that might be able to help us get an idea of the height. Like, I think that height could work. Might be a little ambitious. It's pretty tall. We can always adjust if it's not feeling right. Although I think I think maybe we might want to take a couple blocks off of that. Yeah, I feel like maybe this high would work. I think that's good. I'm really just trying to take my time through this build and talk it through with you guys. That way you can kind of see a little bit of my building process and how a lot of my builds come together. Quite a lot of the time it really follows this sort of pattern of shaping, then, you know, get the base in, and then start working on the details. Generally, kind of that's the path that my builds follow. So yeah, for like main part of the wall, maybe we go down one block in the height. To be honest, it's hard to tell when it's only one wall built, but I think that might be good. And then we can build up the same wall just in front of that. That way we can kind of give some thickness to the walls, make them look like the actual castle walls that you can, you know, walk around and view the outside. Okay, now we've got the walls layered up. And what we'd want to do next is kind of figure out how we want the towers on the corners to look. Because, you know, I'm going for that very, very stereotypical medieval castle look. And I feel like you can't have them without the big outer tower. So maybe let's try a bigger sort of size for them. Okay, footprint-wise, I think it looks a good size. I feel like to really get the idea, we want to build it up again, and see how it compares to the actual wall. But we're not going to build it up all the way right now, because we just want to kind of build up that facade to get an idea, and that way it's easy to change if we need to. But maybe I feel like that might be too much. given that the castle itself is not going to be that large, I think we've gone very big with the tower. So let's get up and see if maybe we just want to make it like similar size to the wall itself. Something like that. And we can expand it maybe a little more towards the bottom. Okay, that case is maybe a little too small, but I feel like now we've got an idea of a sort of in-between of those. Ah! Didn't need to fall. Okay, yeah, I feel like maybe that's sort of the size we'd want to go for. Of course, we'd connect it down, detail it more, do all that stuff. But just kind of looking at the sizing, I think that that works. And especially kind of coming to the portal and looking from here, I think that that kind of works for the size. And so I'm going to keep working on building up these walls, adding a little bit more detail to them, getting some texturing in, and we're also going to put a bit of a walkway. Of course, it's not going to be anything special because people aren't actually going to go up there, but we can start building this up. And while I build this up, you guys can enjoy this little time lapse. Let's go. And so, after a little bit of work, we have put together this beautiful build. And I am so happy with the way this has turned out. It may have gone slightly bigger than I'd planned and a lot more detailed than I'd planned, but I think that's great because it actually looks absolutely amazing. And we can actually go inside, and I've done a tiny little bit of work on this inside interior bit. And I think now would probably be a good time to actually explain to you the concept of the game. Now, this is a very archery-focused game. Kind of the whole idea is that you're going to be shooting at targets. You've got to hit them all in the time given. And if you do manage to hit them all, then you get a score based on how quick you got them all. However, this does come with a little bit of a twist, and that twist is this glass wall here. Now, currently, I've decided to go for 2 blocks high. I'm going to see how things go once it's up and running, and I might change it to 3 blocks high. But basically, what this glass wall is going to do is going to add an obstacle in the way, which means that instead of shooting directly at the targets, which are currently represented by these crafting tables, to hit them, you have to arc over the glass to try and shoot the targets. Let's see if we can... Oh, that was so close. Let's see if we can hit one. Dang it. We're getting, like, so close. We can hit a closer one. Oh, that was right over. There we go. Yeah, so just like that. So yeah, it's a little bit of a twist on the regular use of a bow, because instead of shooting straight forward, you've got to shoot up and over. And it also, I don't know, what I kind of found from testing, which also made it quite interesting, was that there are kind of two strategies to it. You can either go for more of a horizontal arc, shooting forward and over, or you can go for a very vertical arc where you shoot up and it falls down where you want. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. That was so close. Yeah, like I say, I think it'll be interesting to see what people do with this and how good people get at actually hitting the targets. However, in order to make this work, we are going to need a little bit of redstone. And so we're going to magically teleport over to my creative server because I have already started doing a little bit of work on the redstone for this. So that's just, we can ignore that. But these are sort of our three main modules that we're going to be using. I'm trying to design it in sort of this modular fashion where I can kind of just build separate modules and then connect them up by wires. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. So right here, we have our actual target system. So if I get out a bow, what I really wanted was to have something to kind of mark out where the target blocks were, just in case you couldn't quite see them. And there is also a version of this where the lamp can be there. So we can always have a lamp sort of right by the targets. But then I also wanted it so that the lamp lights up so you know you've hit the target. So if we see here, as soon as I hit that target, that lamp gets lit. And it doesn't matter even if the arrows go away or I hit the target again. As we can see, it doesn't do anything to change the state of the lamp. This is hit and powered and activated. And we have a signal running out here just to say when this has been hit and this is powered on. And then we also have a spot here where it takes an input just to go unpower that. And that will always unpower. It won't ever power it back on for any reason. So we've got two triggers just to turn this on and turn it off, just like that. Then right here, we have got our timer system. Now, maybe it's not exactly a perfect system or whatever. These aren't all exactly perfect, but I've done my best to condense them down and make them smaller. But to create the timers, I am using shulker boxes with specific numbers of iron nuggets in it, and that's kind of going to keep our score when it comes to points. Now, the actual one is going to have 11 stacks and 37, but this one just has 32 for the example. And basically, we have a system where we can start a timer whenever we need, and this will run through, and eventually it'll go out, and then we get a signal to say that the timer is done. Now, this will only flash on temporarily. It won't stay on because the shulker box should carry on through. But this is a very nice little timer system. And equally, we can also start a timer and then immediately stop it at any point in case they end up completing it before the timer runs out. So that is going to be a very useful system. And then we just have a system that creates our timers. We have, you know, a dispenser coming in here that takes the shulker boxes. We've got hoppers that take in the iron nuggets. And they basically just load it up and take it through so that we can keep making the timers and hopefully we won't run out. But there is another module that I really want to make, which I think is just going to make a very interesting addition. So because we're having a system that gives a score at the end, what I really want to do is add in a way to actually keep those scores. And so what I want to do is an item frame sort of thing. And then we're going to put the player heads around. These are just placeholders. And that way you can select who is playing and it will add a little piece of paper with that person's name to the score so that I can keep track, and we can also hopefully do leaderboards, which is going to be very fun. But we need a system which is gonna actually take this signal and output a piece of paper. So what we want is a comparator that is taking a signal from this item frame, and that will actually put out a different level of redstone output. So as you can see, it's just going up to this first slot right now. If I turn it a couple times, then now it's going up to here. And it's basically going to output a different signal based on how much this is turned. And we perfectly have 8 people on the server, which means that this can actually perfectly line up with all of the people that we need to account for. Now, the thing is, I do need to be somewhat careful of how big this is, because we do have limited space. But I'm going to try my best to make a system that works and allows us to select which player is going to be playing. Okay, so in theory, this is the system that we want. And this does, yep, it does have 8 pistons. So basically, we should... Wait, this has gone wrong somewhere. Okay, never mind. I have got it working now. So, based on who we select, a different one of these blocks is going to poke down. And that is going to be very, very useful, because with that, we can just run some droppers along here. And in fact, instead of these blocks, we're going to use target blocks. And now if I just have, for example, a different color of wool to represent everybody, in the actual system, this can of course be a piece of paper that represents everyone. If we want to select this person, then it should only spit out that color of wool. We select this person, puts out the yellow. We want to do this person, then it spits out the gray. And that is going to be a great system for helping us to know who has set each score. And I'm pretty sure if I run the hoppers next to those droppers, and when I do it, the wool should just go straight into the hopper and can come down to somewhere like here. We should get black wool again. Yep. This time, if we go up here, I think it's the yellow wool. That should come through. Yep. And this person, I think, is the dark gray wool. There we go. Yeah. So this is kind of the system that we need. We can put the actual button like up here or something, make sure the redstone connects down. And now we have it so people can select who's playing, and then they press the button to start. And yeah, this should hopefully be the system that we want. The only concern is, will this fit in to the area we have? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks long. And it goes out by 3 blocks. So I'm in the actual server now, and I checked. This is where we want the system to go. I've kind of put little scaffolding markers in place at the moment as to where all the systems are going to go. And to be honest, it kind of peaks out a block. I think it ends around here, which isn't ideal, but we can make it work. This castle doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be symmetrical in every bit. If we just want to stick a bit of a box around this, maybe decorate it, then we can do so, and that's fine. So I think that this is going to be fine. Again, with a little bit of rejigging of the layout of what we've got, I think that that is going to be great. But now, what I really need to figure out is this area down here. I need to decorate this and put in the target blocks and figure out where I'm going to be going with 5 targets, at least to start off with. We're going to be having 5 targets. So I've got to decorate down here, decide where those targets are going, and then get the systems in for them. And we can start connecting up the wires. So let's start building something up just down here. Editor Show here, that's right. We're getting a voiceover over this time lapse. Because I thought it would just be easier if I was here explaining stuff. So first off, we of course built up this courtyard area. I want to give a big thanks to Lightstar, my friend, for helping me design some of it. The designing process was actually kind of tough because I had to come up with like all different stuff that would also fit into this area. And I also couldn't use any pots because that just doesn't work with arrows. But I'm quite happy with how the design turned out. And of course, it's got 5 targets going across. So then I actually started building the module we designed. But I didn't like how it kind of cut across. So I had to figure out a version of it that was turned on its side. After that, I started linking up some of the target modules. And I've decided to color code all of the lines and the redstone lines with different color wool, which kind of made it a lot easier for me to figure out what I was doing. So then I started to build the timer module, and then I realized that there wasn't space, so I got rid of it, and I rebuilt it, as well as the timer creator module. That went right by it. And then we had to figure out a system to add the scores into the shulker boxes for the end. You see there on the left, I had to figure out how to do a timer system because I completely forgot. We've of course got a water stream that lifts the end scores up and round towards the barrel at the end. And we connected up the lines to this timer, of course, with the start and the end early lines. And then we connected up a bunch more stuff, connected all the hoppers to different places that we needed with water streams to lift them up. And yeah, it all turned out pretty nice. And yeah, so back to real Minecraft in-person Shell, and goodbye from Editor Shell. And with that, we have got all of this set up and ready, all of this beautiful courtyard built up, as well as most of the main redstone for the system done. And I've had to do so much wrestling with the redstone to make things work correctly. Honestly, there was just so much testing and rebuilding stuff on. It was a pain, but I'm pretty sure everything should be working now. And I'm so excited to give this thing its first official test run. But before that, I was approached by Basti because he had an idea for a prank. For those of you who don't know, Prisky's recently just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And the last person on the server to do that was Basti. And when he did, we placed down 1,000 cakes at his base. And we didn't want Pris to feel like they were missing out, so we decided to do a similar thing for them.
Alright, gang. So, Pris has reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Woo!
Woohoo!
And that's awesome.
Congratulations.
So we need to celebrate. Yeah. And now we need to celebrate
LJ
this.
next.
And to celebrate that, LJ next. Oh my goodness. What do we do for LJ? Don't worry, LJ. It'll probably not be this
1,000
bad.
shell heads.
Mm-hmm. So, to celebrate Pris's 1,000 subscriber milestone, we will place 1,000 dried happy guests around the water of Pris's base. I set a timer for 13 minutes because 20 minutes is the time it takes for a dried gas to become fully not dry. So
Got it.
after 13 minutes is up, whether we're done or not, we're just gonna have to bounce and not enter this area.
Mhm.
All right, I have a shulker of dried gas here. So if you each would grab 4 stacks, that's how many we need to place.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that'll
man.
be
Oh.
easy.
Will it? Will it?
Easy mode.
Pete,
We're professional block
I'm
Easy.
very surprised you
Yeah.
signed up for this, knowing full well what it can do to the server.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold up a minute.
Let's
Wait,
get
no, we
going.
can just.
We're already
Oh,
committed. Start the
Let's
timer.
get placing. Start the timer.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, start.
Me and Peach take this pool. You two take that pool over there.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Drowning.
I'm drowning too.
Don't do that.
I'm actually getting pretty close. This is gonna
Yeah,
go real fast.
I think we
Do we want to hang out here for the rest of the 13 minutes so that it's not like 20 minutes for them to go?
Oh,
That's probably a good idea. Also, we might tomorrow have to be on gas killing duty.
Ooh.
That is fair.
I'm busy tomorrow.
Shell,
Let's-
get your butt online. You guys are so
I'm done.
slow.
Mhm.
We're done.
Oh, LJ's the loser.
No.
I was just the deepest.
Well done, everybody. Good teamwork. Good
Well
teamwork.
done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work.
Record time too.
Mhm.
Like
Absolutely. We did it in 3 minutes.
Did we want to do like a decoy gift or just leave it at that?
let's do a decoy
I mean,
that we can do in
9
Like
minutes,
15
35
minutes.
seconds.
Okay, what do I got?
Let's see what they've got.
Yay.
Gosh, where do I keep my
Happy-
cake?
Hi,
I
Press.
say just
It says hi, Press.
Oh,
Chris.
hi, Chris.
I should
Got
probably-
it. Got it. Got it.
I ran out of space. I'm going to move the PR down.
We got to get going though. We don't
How
want
soon?
these spawning on our
what time we
faces.
on?
We got 5 minutes 47, but that's 13 minutes. They shouldn't spawn until like 7 minutes after that.
No, it
There
didn't.
we go.
You
No, I've
honey
written it.
slider. Hi, Pris.
Beautiful. Hey,
We also have to hope that Pris does not log on now.
I think that would be funny.
unfortunate. Could be like, oh
that would be
hi.
perfect.
It would also mean that
Chris
we
wouldn't
could
know about
see
what we've
the
done.
reaction.
Yeah, but
We
I'd have
should-
to leave immediately, so I wouldn't anyways.
For sure for the cake.
There.
could
On
place
top of
it
the
right
shulker
here.
box. Yeah, there,
Yeah, there
we
we
go.
go.
And then just so they have some cleanup to do.
Yeah, make sure that this is all obsidian.
So they'll be trying to get rid of this, you know?
We can't show them that we don't care. Obsidian
Yeah, we
says,
care so
I
much."
care. Yeah.
Obsidian says
Yeah.
I care forever.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
guys, can
care
we cheat in
for
some
her.
bedrock? We're admins.
No.
All right, people.
Oh,
This
so we
was
should
great.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah, we should leave.
Okay. Let's leave.
Bye, Pris's Base.
Hi, Princess
Goodbye.
Berries.
Well done, people. Bye.
Well done.
And you'll just have to wait for Pris's video to see what becomes of that. I don't know when they're going to release it, but yeah. Anyway, it's time for the first official test run of the game. It is getting dark. It's turning to night. I'm going to wait for the sun to set first so I can sleep and do it at day. Because there is a little bit of lighting up that I still have to do around this castle. And I don't want any mobs dropping down on me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, it's day. And we're going to select me as the player. And I decided a really fun way to start it would be with a target block that you shoot. So, to start the game, we go like that. All of the lamps should turn off. And our time has begun. Now, we have 5 minutes. And we've got to try... Oh, that was really close. We've got to try our best to hit... Oh, that was so close. All of these targets. And it's a little tough. I'll be honest. That's why there's only 5 targets in 5 minutes. But I think maybe the strat might be to take a bit more of a rapid approach. There we go. There we go. So we heard the noise and that lamp is lit up. So that means we've got that one. Let's go for this one next. Okay. Let's see if... Come on. Oh, we're getting so close with some of our shots. Oh, dang it. Oh, that's it. That's it. Yes, there we go. Okay. 2 of them lit up now. Oh, we were so close on that first shot. Okay, maybe if we step back a little, we can get this one. Still nothing. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much time we've got left. There we go. There we go. We got it. 3 of the 5 lit up now. 2 to go. But they are these very close ones, which are harder because you have to get that arc a lot better. There we go. There we go. Last one. Last one. We got it. We hit it. Yes. Let's go. Oh my gosh. We got it. And we've got little noises to play just so that we know that the game is over. There is a noise as well for when the timer runs out. But very soon we should get a shulker box in here. And that's got my name, 5 for each of the 5 targets that I hit, as well as the iron nuggets that was my time left. And that's actually, I was so close to running out of time. But we are going to, at some point, translate this into some form of scoring system. And then I want to have like a little leaderboard there so that we can display the top scores. But that was a close one. We very, very nearly ran out of time. So I think the way we want to score this, I actually need to figure out like how I want to do it. So for the full timer, there are 741 iron nuggets. So I think the best thing to do here would just be to have each ingot is worth 500 points. So that means that, you know, a perfect score would be a bit over 1,200. But for example, this score would be 793. I think that that's a nice scoring system. And I think that was a pretty fun game as well. I was enjoying doing that. It's a little difficult, but you get better as you do it more. And I was having a lot of fun. So hopefully other people are going to enjoy this as much as me. And there are some other things that I'd maybe like to consider adding in the future and moving forward. But I think as of right now, the stuff we've got makes for a very good game. And it can be built on later if and when we want to. But for right now, I think that this is a very nice game. And next time that someone's online, I'm going to try and get them to come over here and be our first official test subject. And then if all goes well, then we can hopefully open this up for everybody to play. All right, so somebody is online, and who would be better to test out our archery game, our precision game, than someone who shoots me with a bow all the time, someone who is known for their ability to snipe. LJ, you're someone who's
Ciao.
pretty good with a bow and arrow, right?
Oh, well, they do call me Snipeberry, don't they?
It's right above you.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the first playtester for my game?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
And so I had to shoot the target blocks?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to go very well.
This is going to go great, LJ. You're Snipeberry. You're LJ Snipeberry.
But I can't see anything.
Oh, that was very close.
This is like in real life. Like with a car door. I never know how much
Oh, you got it. You got it.
to do.
You got one.
Nice.
Oh, that's very close. Oh,
my goodness.
just off. I'm believing less and less.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that was so close.
I'm not very good at this.
Oh, that's so close. You're just shooting to the side. You would have hit that one. You were just to the side. You got it. You got it.
There. Okay, and then this one.
Oh, that was perfect. Just. Oh my gosh.
There.
You got it.
Okay, is there one right here?
There is.
I'll shoot myself.
A little tougher.
It is.
There you go. You got it. You got it. One left. One left.
One?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was close.
You're doing great.
At the
Oh, you're
turntables.
getting so close.
Maybe I can't line up here. It's a sneaky one.
You got it.
Wow. Oh, and there's music.
Mm-hmm. You completed
What
it.
do they say? They call me Snipeberry, right?
That is why they call you Snipeberry. Okay, and your score should be coming through soon. Those first two are mine. Oh, there we go. That's yours. That's a pretty good
Is this
score.
bad?
It's not, especially for a first turn. These were my. That
Is
was
this the
my
same?
first go. That was my second go.
These are the same.
There's.
Wait, no, this is 18.
I've got a couple
and
more.
that's
Yeah,
64.
that's a very good first attempt.
Really?
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and playing.
You're welcome.
I expect to
can't
see
wait
you
for it
at
to
the
open.
top of the leaderboard when this opens.
No, there's no way I'm as good as you or
You are.
Basti
You're LJ
or
Snipeberry.
Cad.
And so after that test, I have done a couple minor changes. I added in some texturing of the coarse dirt just to make there look like there was sort of a pathed area, make it look a bit more trodden. I have lit up all these signs with glow ink sacks, as well as adding a couple more and an area for the scoreboard, and also the instructions book. Oh, and I can't forget the big A outside, because at least the current working name for this game is gonna be Archers. Kind of just because you arc the arrows and it's archery. I'm sure there are better names, and if you guys have any name suggestions, then please do let me know. But that's the name, at least for now. But with all that done, I think it is officially ready to launch the first version open for people to use. And there are probably going to be issues and stuff's going to go wrong, and that's fine. We won't find those problems unless people play. However, I think the only official way that we can kick this off is if I set my first score, and this is going to be the score, hopefully, for people to come on and try and beat, and then I'll try and beat their scores, and hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun. But it's time to set the first official score of Arc Archers. And in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. The lamps are off. Oh, they were 2 good early shots. Nice, nice. Okay, that's quick. That's quick. We looking. Okay, not too far off target. Come on. This one always gets me. Still nothing? Okay, we'll come back to that one. Come back to that one. Okay, melon 1. Shouldn't be too hard, although I'm making a mess of it. Oh my gosh, I can't hit it! Oh, this is going to be a terrible score. This is going to be so easy for people to beat. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Okay, you know what? Let's go back to this one. Oh my god, are we actually just going to run out of time? No! Why can't I hit anything? Come on, I built this game. I'm supposed to be good at it. Oh, I'm making a muppetry of this. There we go, finally. I think I've got to try and arc up a little more. There we go. Okay, yep. I knew that one was on. Just... They like landed both sides of the target. No! Oh. Nice, I got it. Final one. We've not run out of time. There's still chance. We just got to get this quickly. Finally. Oh my god. I never usually struggle with that one. Okay. This is going to be, frankly, a terrible score. But hopefully that means that some people will be able to get on and beat it. And hopefully that will drive up the competition a little. But let's take a look. And it's not the worst. I'm going to put up on screen right now what that score is. And we will leave that in there so that the next person can see what score they need to try and beat. And sadly, that is all we have time for in today's episode. Now, since we set this up, there've already been a couple people trying to set scores. And we already have a little bit of a leaderboard going on here. LJ has set an absolutely insane score, like, so quickly. It's insane. Like, it took her like a day to set that crazy score. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like. I know this was a little bit of a longer video, but hopefully you guys did end up enjoying it. And if you want to see more, then please do consider subscribing, because it really helps me out. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the video and what you thought of the brand new game on the Grovecraft server. I think that this is a lot of fun, and I'm so excited for more people to play it, and I'm so excited for more games to hopefully pop up around the server. But anyway, I think that's it for today, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.